You are live.
Okay. Hello there and a warm welcome to Elumba Television. My name is Angel Lady. Hope you're strong, hope you're good. Well, like we always promise you to bring you information as it drops. Today we have yet another one. And talking about information and how it drops, it seems to be that recently there's this clash rampage going here and there. Last week we had one in Lagos, motorcyclists and some officials in Lagos. Now today we have another one in Ibadan, motorcyclists and prison officers. Let's see what happened. Let's have a glance at the video. Okay, just a moment before that comes up. Let's also bring you this story that the United States mission in Nigeria have come up to congratulate the Nigerian doctor that is one of the key instruments or one of those key personalities that did bring the COVID-19 vaccine to the world. Here, well, let's have what US said. Nigerians contribute to the world in so many ways. Our hearts off to Dr. COVID-19 vaccine. Okay, that's the story from the US mission in Nigeria. And a lot of Nigerians have come down to comment. Let's hear what this person says. He said, Nigerians are known to be great people when given the opportunity. Majority of us work hard to contribute to the national interest of the United States. May God continue to bless the United States of America for the immigrant visa opportunity and integration of foreign nationals. God bless Federal Republic of Nigeria. Another story here says every single Nigerian youth is brilliant and ready to do something to change the globe for better. The problem with our country is its leaders who are destiny killers. We strive anywhere, but here in Nigeria, striving is difficult. Life is hard, and tomorrow's proof languishes in the street. Tomorrow's proof languishes in the street of hopelessness. We want out of this nation. The thieving elites won't even allow us change anything. Okay, so that's just a few comments we can take from that story. Now let's quickly see if we can now share you the screen of the clash between the Okada riders, popular known as Okada riders, and the prison officials. Okay, while we're working on that to come up, while we're working on that, let's also bring you some details, some news, some trend and gist around. And here we have the Punch newspaper. On the Punch newspaper, we have transition. Court cases against election results continue, says Trump. Breaking Gombe lawmakers remove Speaker, Majority Leader, Deputy Chief Whip. Court orders arrest of Mayina's son, summons Shorty. We also have breaking Ondo Deputy Speaker Ogundeji removed. And prisons officials and motorcyclists clash in Ibadan. My people won't surrender, Tigray leader tells Ethiopian PM. FG delegation South say governors leaders to meet in Rivers today. And commission backs indefinite suspension of Lagos surgeon. Let's look at the details of the prisons officials and motorcyclists that clashed in Ibadan. What is the cause? There was a pandemonium at the Agodi Gate area of Ibadan following a clash between some motorcyclists and officials of the Agodi Correctional Center, Ibadan. The cause of the fight, which started on Tuesday morning, could not be immediately ascertained, but our correspondent gathered that two persons were allegedly shot. Two merchants told our correspondent that one of the victims was shot in the face. One of them, who identified himself as Tayo Odewale, said he was not sure if the victims motorcyclists, traders, or passerby. Another person selling drinks at the area who confirmed the clash said the youths in the area had made bonfires on the road to protest the alleged killings. The police public relations officer in Oyo State, Mr. Olugbenga Fadeyi, when contacted, said policemen and other security agents had been deployed in the area to prevent hoodlums from seizing the opportunity of the clash to attack the prison facility. And the PRO said, contrary to the current trending news online that policemen fired shots leading to injury, at Agodi Gate area this morning. The truth is that there was a clash between officers of the Correctional Service and bike men stationed at Agodi Gate. Upon receipt of this information, police as well as other security agencies moved to the scene to ensure there is no breakdown of law and order that could lead to a coordinated attack on the prison facility. That's the detail there of the clash between the Okada riders, popularly known here, motorcyclists and Okada riders. Okay, so we move to the next story. This one is Libya's instability affects us. That's Buhari. Let's hear the details of the story. The President, Major General Mohammed Buhari, retired on Tuesday, said the instability in Libya is affecting all countries in the Sahel region, including Nigeria. According to a statement by his special advisor on media and publicity, Femi Adesina, the president spoke while receiving a special envoy from President Idris Itno of Republic of Chad at the presidential villa in Abuja. The statement was titled, "As Neighbors and Brothers, we will always stand by Chad," President Buhari assures. According to the statement, Buhari promised that Nigeria will always be there for the Republic of Chad as citizens of both countries and not only neighbors but brothers. He was also quoted as saying that Nigeria appreciates the support it is getting in tackling insecurity from the neighboring country. The president said, "We are aware of the problem Chad has with Libya, which supports some Chadians rebel trying to destabilize the country. The instability in Libya after 42 years of Muammar Gaddafi's affects all of us in the Sahel region. And from Mauritania to Central African Republic, Gaddafi recruited gunmen who learned to do nothing else than kill. When the former Libyan leader was killed, the gunmen escaped with their arms and are wreaking havoc all over the place now," stressing that Nigeria was grateful to Chad for the diverse kinds of support given to combat the Boko Haram insurgency. The president assured the country that Nigeria would always back up Chad in its local and international aspirations. The special envoy, Mr. Amine Abba Siddiq, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Africa, Integration and Chadians Abroad, conveyed a message from his president, whom he said sent fraternal greetings to President Muhammadu Buhari and Nigerians in general. And over now to the next story. Violence. Senate urges FG to compensate affected states with 1% VAT. Details of the story. The Senate on Tuesday urged the federal government to compensate the states affected by the massive destruction that took place when the peaceful protests by the #EndSARS agitators were hijacked by criminals last month with 1% of proceeds from value-added tasks. The decision of the Red Chamber followed two separate motions moved by Senators Abiodun Olujimi and Gesham Basi. The upper chamber also asked the federal government to set up a visitation panel to the various places destroyed across Nigeria for an on-the-spot assessment. The Senate also directed its committees on national security, defense, and police to investigate the attacks by the hoodlums and how to prevent a recurrence. The chambers asked its relevant committees to monitor compliance. President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, said it was important that the executive arm of government awaits the outcome of the judicial panels in various states to guide it on steps to take. He also said employment opportunities should be created for Nigerian youths to prevent future occurrence. That's yet the story. And we move on to the next. Senate approves Buhari's request to refund Oshun for others 148 billion naira. Now the details. The Senate on Tuesday approved a request by the President, Muhammadu Buhari, retired, to refund Rivers, Bayelsa, Cross Rivers, Osun and Ondo state governments for projects executed on behalf of the federal government. The approval was sequel to the consideration of a report by the Committee on Local and Foreign Debts, chaired by Senator Clifford Odia, PDP, Edo Central. Odia, in his presentation, stated that most of the federal highways in the beneficiary states where said projects were executed were at a deplorable state before the intervention of the state governments. According to him, a series of visits were carried out by the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing on all federal roads completed by the state and ascertained that the quality of work done met the required standard. The lawmaker, however, noted that states like Cross Rivers, River State, Bayelsa, and Ondo states embarked on the highway project execution as far back as 2015 till date. He added that while the state governments have completed all projects as well as paid all contractors, the Federal Bureau of Procurement on its part certified that due process was followed accordingly. That's the story on the Senate approval of Buhari's request to refund Osun and 4 other states for federal projects it embarked on. Now we quickly look at FG requires 1.5 trillion naira over 3 years to fix roads. Fashola. Let's see the details together. The Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, has said the federal government will require a minimum of 500 billion annually over the next 3 years to develop its 35,000 kilometers network of roads. He said work is currently ongoing on only 3,000 kilometers of the nation's federal roads. Fashola said this in Abuja on Tuesday while speaking to journalists covering the activities of the All Progressive Congress. The minister explained that if successive administrations had shown the kind of commitment the regime of the president, Major General Muhammad Buhari retired, was showing towards the development of the road infrastructure, most Nigerian roads would have been the better for it. Fashola said, I think that a minimum of 500 billion every year over the next 2-3 years will be a strong support to readily advance and complete as many as the 711 contracts. Again, people are mistaking what I said about 711 contracts to mean roads. No. For example, from Lagos to Ibadan Expressway, we have one road, but 2 contracts. One with JD, one with RCC. On the Benin Lokoja, we have 1 road, but we have 5 contractors. So the totality of these contracts are made of 711 different contracts on many roads across the country, and the total road network now under construction or rehabilitation is little over 13,000 kilometers in different stages of repairs out of total federal network of 35,000 kilometers. He explained that the administration inherited a number of roads which it resolved to complete as many as possible before the end of its tenure in 2023. According to him, some of the roads being rehabilitated were started in 2007, some in 2006, and others are even older. But that, unfortunately, for reasons that we can only imagine, at a time that the country was earning more revenues, up to $100 per barrel. The total budget of this country was 4 trillion naira. It is now that the country is earning very less, $40 per barrel, that it is budgeting 13 trillion naira. Fashola also said it was important for Nigerians to stop the abuse of roads. He noted that each road has a carrying capacity, but that most Nigerian roads were made to carry more weight than they were originally designed for. Okay, that's yet another story. So let's look again if we can have the screen shared for you to see the clash between... Oh, I still can't do that. Okay. And so, we'll finally look at hashtag NSAS UK lawmakers slam Buhari's regime and demand sanction. And that's going to be the last story before we end it for today. Remember, this is Elumba Television and my name is Angel Liddy. For details, for more stories, visit our site at www.elumba.com. Also follow our Instagram page at Elumba TV, like our Facebook page, and do subscribe to our YouTube channel for details of the story, because we bring you stories every day. Okay, so let's quickly look at the hashtag NSAS UK lawmakers slam Buhari regime demand sanction. Members of the United Kingdom Parliament on Monday took turns to lambast the regime of the President, Major General Muhammad Buhari, retired, for the attack and intimidation of protesters who took part in the hashtag NSAS demonstration. They demanded sanctions on government officials and security agents, such as visa ban, freezing of assets, and stopping the funding and training for the Nigerian police force. The debate was sequel to a petition started by Silas Ojo, which had garnered over 200,000 signatures. The debate by members of the petition committee, which took place at the Westminster Hall, kicked off with Theresa Villas, a member of the British Conservative Party who served as Secretary of State for Environment, Food and Rural Affairs from 2019 to 2020. The Member of Parliament for Shipping Barnet constituency said, I believe the petitioners have a credible case for the imposition of individualized sanctions, such as travel bans and asset freeze. She said the UK government must explain the role of the government in training security agents who end up abusing the rights of the Nigerian citizens. Also speaking, the MP for Edmonton, Kate Osamo, described as undemocratic the claim by the Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, that the killings at the Lekki Tollgate Plaza was fake news. Osamo stated the Nigerian government says that it has disbanded SARS, but the corruption and brutality of the security forces continues. The Nigerian government's violence against its own citizens appears only to be intensifying. The Nigerian government needs to stop freezing bank accounts of key protesters. It needs to stop illegal detention of key protesters. The Minister of Information for the federal government went on record to state that the CNN reporting of the massacre is fake news. This is undemocratic conduct. Osamo stated that the UK government continued to sell weapons and provide training to SARS personnel, despite the fact that Amnesty International and other rights groups had accused the now disbanded unit of extrajudicial killings. Member of Parliament for West Ham, Lynn Brown, said it was unfortunate that the federal government went ahead to not only accuse protesters of sponsoring terrorism and freeze their accounts, but also blame them for the increase in food prices. Responding on behalf of the UK government, the MP for Aldridge Bramhills, Wendy Morton, who is also the Minister of the Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office, said the reports of intimidation of #EndSARS protesters were worrying. Morton stated that the UK government was communicating with the President's Chief of Staff, Professor Ibrahim Gambari, and Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. It is a long-standing practice not to speculate on future sanctions, as it could reduce the impact of the designations, Morton said. We are aware that some protesters have reported facing intimidation, and the British High Commissioner in Abuja continues to raise our concerns about intimidation of civil society groups and peaceful protesters with the Nigerian government, the minister said. Okay, so this is the story on the #EndSARS, and the UK lawmakers held slammed the Buhari regime and demanded sanction. So with this, we call it a wrap for today. I'd like to say thank you so much for staying all the way up until now. And do not forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel so that when next will come your way, you'll get notified and you'll be the first to come around here. Also, like our Facebook page, follow us on Instagram for details. Do not forget, we also have our news site, www.elumbadnews.com. So you visit there, you see a lot of stories, you see our special reports, you see our politics section, a lot that you can read from. Okay, until we come your way again, do stay safe. I am Angel Lady. Bye now.
You are now the host.